Hey, this is Chris for JamPlay.com, and welcome to another episode of Liepe's Licks. We're going to be doing one more lesson using this Lydian track, and this time we're going to incorporate a fast ascending run that emphasizes accented picking and some legato. It's going to start right here on the 9th fret, and the picking is kind of cool on this line. It's very strategic because it accents where it needs to and then lets the legato carry it so that you have this accent and percussive sound, and then you have this flurry and laid back kind of sound. So it creates this kind of feel. So starts here on the 9th fret, fingers 1, 2, and 4, and we're going to do this shape. So the same thing on both your D and your G strings. And we're gonna go legato on the D string, and then we're gonna pick ascending on the G, then legato again. That's the whole pattern every time we switch positions here. So pick, 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 pick. So you can hear you have that really dynamic change from strategically picking, and you're not really, where you're sort of slowing down. You're using less subdivisions when you get to these higher notes. Then we're going to switch positions using the same form. Slide and pick. Same thing. And I take that back. You don't pick when you switch, you just slide. Okay, switching positions again. Okay, so we're going from here, where you're using fingers 1, 3, and 4. To 1, 2, and 4, and these 4 notes are being used again. Okay, so those first 3 positions. So you want to make sure that you have your pull-offs down, because they're happening so quickly. You want to make sure that each one is clear. You don't want to smear notes together while you're doing this. And the faster you get with some of these lines, the more easy it is to smear those legato notes. Okay, so the first 3 again. Then this last position is going to be the same as the first position, just brought all the way up here to the 14th fret. Okay, so the whole thing. Now once you get here, you're going to take your second finger, you're going to skip a string. Now we're bending from a note that's not in the scale. That's what makes it sound cool and eerie. You have those 3 notes left. Hammer on that last note and make it kind of percussive or staccato. So the whole thing, slowly. A little faster. Now when you're playing a line like this, you have to make sure, in addition to the legato stuff and the hand sync with your picking, you have to make sure that you're using muting. And you can tell when I'm playing it slowly, sometimes the other strings kind of get in there. But it's key when you're doing this that the angle of your hand over here, actually doesn't sound too bad right there, because those open strings happen to be in the key. But you want to make sure that those notes are deadened. So if you accidentally sort of hit one, and I'm deadening them with my first finger, if you accidentally sort of hit them, they're not going to ring out and destroy your line. Also, these notes, these lower notes, I'm muting with the palm of my hand right here. So because you're primarily on the D and the G string for the majority of this lick, you don't need the other strings. So make sure that your hand position of your left hand is muting everything that's closer to the ground, or the higher strings, and the lower strings are being muted by the palm of your hand. Everything that's closer to your face is being muted by the palm of your hand, and everything that's closer to the ground is being muted by your left hand, your first finger. Okay? Here's a line almost up to tempo again for you. And normally I would do a hammer on at the end there and just stop it, but you could slide or do whatever you want. So again, a nice ascending A Lydian feel over the backing track. Make sure you download the backing track and practice this over and over again. And thanks for watching another episode of Liepe's Licks.